Hello guys and welcome. This is I Play 4K, aka I Play AK on YouTube, and today guys I'm going to show you Battlefield 5 running on whopping 5.3 GHz Core i9 9900K with the single RTX 2080 Ti, Direct X12, retracing, and all the goodies during this video. We're going to talk a lot about the technical information, tips and tricks. Let's go ahead and have a look, shall we? This is a 64 player map online. At the right top, as you can see guys, self-explanatory stats. T stands for the temperature, U stands for the utilization or usage, F stands for the frequency, and FR stands for the fan rotation constantly at 100%. And again, CPU temperature, CPU utilization or usage, CPU frequency, which is 5300 MHz, 5.3 GHz. Sometimes it's going to the lower state, which is 5000 MHz. AVX instruction will be 5000 MHz, 5 GHz, and the external output frequency will be 5.3 GHz, guys, 53 multiplier, and AVX instruction will be 5000 MHz, which is 50 multiplier, but I believe it's lowering its lowered CPU state to 5000 MHz. Of course, RTX 2080 Ti, guys, single video card will be used today, and temperature, GPU utilization, GPU frequency, 1935 MHz, almost 2 GHz on the GPU frequency, 100% fan rotation, VRAM usage, which is right now almost 10,000 megabytes, which is 10 gigabytes, and frequency on the VRAM, GDDR6, which is 11 gigabyte, will be 15,200 megahertz or 15.2 gigahertz, and the system RAM will be 16 gigabyte Corsair Vengeance, 3600 megahertz CL18, but I overclock it to 3600 megahertz CL15, so lower latency and delay. And 16 gigabyte of total. Right now we're utilizing below 13,000 megabytes, which is 13 gigabytes. Then of course it's going to be FPS and delay, latency delay between the hardware and software, which is the hardware video card, and the software, which is the Direct X12 API. Okay, let me real quick go ahead and guys and show you these stats. Right now I'm running on Ultra 3840 by 2160. Everything will be maxed out, as you can see. Direct X12 enabled, DLSS enabled. Vertical sync. I want to make sure it's disabled. Here we go. Was running with a vertical sync, I'm apologizing. Ultra preset, guys. Let's go ahead and have a look, shall we? I'm recording, guys, today with the ShadowPlay. So you can add at least 3 frames per second to the right top to the FPS to get the performance without the ShadowPlay recording. So pretty much it's right now it should be like 70 FPS without the recording, 70-75 FPS average. This is the Ultra preset, which is the anti-aliasing will be at Ultra as well. TAA high. Look at that delay latency, which is below 20 milliseconds, guys. If you want to have comfortable, silky smooth gameplay, you want to keep your FPS below, not the FPS, but delay in milliseconds below 10 milliseconds. But in the first byte engines, you want to keep it below 20 milliseconds. Sometimes when it's 15 milliseconds, 18 milliseconds, it's still giving you that silky smooth feeling, and you're not feeling any input lag or any rendering lag. But it's only in the first byte game engine games such as Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5, Battlefield 1. Let's say if you're gonna take it like Metro Exodus or any other Metro games, your input latency delay should be below 10 milliseconds to get that silky smooth feeling. Pretty much 70 FPS, guys. I would say this is the same as Direct X11. At 4K with the same RTX 2080 Ti video cards. Guys, today I'm running EVGA XC Ultra RTX 2080 Ti, and this is the cheapest EVGA RTX 2080 Ti. Comes with dual fan design. Absolutely amazing video card. I really like LEDs in it, looking amazing. And of course I have the secondary video card that is in the second slot. There is no room between those video cards, and on a Z370 or Z270 or Z390 chipset, so they kind of breathing fire. But just because the second video card is not functional right now, they're kind of not, but it's still not receiving enough cold air or any kind of air that is not hot air, and temperature is 80 Celsius right now. But with the Direct X11, guys, my video card in this scenario getting a little bit warmer than that. 1935 megahertz, guys. I'm running plus 30 megahertz overclock on top of the EVGA factory clocks, and 600 megahertz overclock on top of the GDDR6 600 megahertz edition. I have the same map, guys, running with the GTX 1080 Ti video card with the 5000 megahertz Core i5 8600K. I'm going to attach this video in the end of this video for you to study. Amazing performance. Again, this is a single RTX 2080 Ti, guys. Maximum visuals, including the maximum anti-aliasing as well. How I achieve 5.3 GHz, guys, you will ask me. Well, pretty much I disabled 2 cores in the BIOS of the Asus Maximus 11 here Wi-Fi model motherboard, and I also disabled the hyper-threading technology just because I'm an old schooler overclocker and remember the Pentium 4 times Northwood CPUs, and by disabling hyper-threading, you lowering your temperature down by a little bit because it's warming up, the hyper-threading technology warming up those cores by a little bit. And without the hyper-threading technology, each core requires less voltage. So I'm running 1.39 volts and it's silky, stable, smooth, guys. And I tested within multiple benchmarks, including the Intel Extreme Utility with AVX instructions. AVX is again running 50 multipliers, 5 GHz, and external frequency of total will be 5.3 GHz on the CPU, and my maximum temperature never reached above 96 Celsius. Keep that in mind. And I'm running today in liquid metal, guys, with the Corsair H150i Pro 360mm and three 120mm Corsair fans on it, with a liquid metal thermal compound by Grizzly, Thermal Grizzly, guys, one of the best thermal compounds out there, and I'm still receiving very hot temperatures. But as again, to keep 9th generation Core i CPUs by Intel at 5.3 GHz whopping frequencies, this is actually a great result, and it's impossible to keep it with 8 cores, only possible to keep it with 6 cores. And there is a possibility that you can achieve the similar results with the Core i5 9600K, guys. It's impossible to achieve it with the Core i5 8600K, but it could be possible to achieve it with 9th generation Core i5 9600K, guys. I'm pretty sure that you will be able to achieve 5.2 GHz, but I'm not sure if you will be able to achieve 5.3 GHz. But even if you will be able to achieve 5.2 GHz stable, below 96 Celsius with a similar cooling setup, you will be good to go, guys. 100 megahertz doesn't make any difference. Pretty much 100 megahertz, this is the difference between 8th generation and 9th generation Intel CPUs, only by 100 megahertz. So if you want to reach the same performance as 9th generation Core i Intel CPU, you want to run 8th generation Core i at 100 megahertz higher, which is impossible for Core i5 8600K to run at even 5.2 gigahertz, that i5 8600K. But I believe it will be possible to run Core i5 9600K at 5.2 gigahertz, and maybe some of the chips at 5.3 gigahertz. Core i9 9900K, guys, will be a little bit better die chip because has 8 cores, 16 threads, and Intel understands that each core should require less voltage to run it stable, so the output wattage will be low and almost at the same size of the die. It's a little bit bigger though, just by a little bit, but Intel understand that, and I believe they putting better dies on the Core i9 9900K. But it, you know, not worth to buy Core i9 9900K if Core i5 9600K is capable to run 5.2 gigahertz. As again, 5.2 gigahertz and 5.3 gigahertz, there is not such a big deal, and just maximum, if any, 1 FPS extra, if any, at the best scenarios. So pretty much this system receives about 7 FPS extra after the video card overclock, after the CPU overclock, and after the lowering latency on the DDR4, which is from CL18 to CL15. And it's easy as again to do with 3600 megahertz Corsair Vengeance. You just gotta put it under the 1.41 volts, and it's going to be rock solid stable. So 60 FPS, I would say 60/70 FPS, 65/75 FPS average without the recording, or with the recording, as you can see, 60/70 FPS. Delay below 20 milliseconds, which is not bad for the Frostbite engine, and pretty much is running comfortable. As again, for the let's say Metro Exodus is going to be comfortable, but not silky smooth, because silky smooth at Metro Exodus, the newer 4.8 game engine, very fast kernel in that engine, the ultimate silky smooth will be below 10 milliseconds delay on latency between the hardware and software, and it delivers, guys. It delivers even in SLI below 10 milliseconds, which is impossible, because SLI gives you a little bit of that delay, an extra 2-3 at least milliseconds. But Metro Exodus is the fastest. Basically, Metro game engine is the fastest game engine that I saw ever, with that fast rendering output on the latency. It's just unbelievable, with the lowest latency delays. Alright guys, let me real quick go ahead and I'm going to real quick go ahead and press it to high instead of ultra. So everything was running at ultra, as you can see, with anti-aliasing TIA high. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the high. Let's go ahead and have a look how it's going to look at high. Well, FPS improved by just few FPS, as you can see, so there is not such a big deal for the RTX 2080 Ti when you're running Direct X12 API, high and ultra, pretty much almost the same thing, because the anti-aliasing pretty much going to be TIA high as well. Let me real quick go ahead and share it to you. Pretty much ultra and high having the same performance, and it's almost looking. Oh, okay, I gotta remove, I'm apologizing, the vertical sync. So we're running high right now, but it's still using the TIA high, as you can see. So pretty much almost the same scenario. Let's go ahead and have a look. We improved by, like I said, guys, by about 5 FPS extra. Not by too many. Same latency, so we didn't improve on latency. GPU utilization still above 95%, which is nice. 97%, I call it great GPU utilization, but the best, the excellent, the amazing will be 99/100% per GPU, especially when you're running an SLI, when you're receiving 99 GPU utilization per each GPU. It's just amazing, guys. But even in SLI, 97% is amazing. But for the single video card, 97% utilization, I don't call it amazing for a single video card. I will call it very good, but not amazing. Should be 99%. Let me guys real quick go ahead and see what we can do at medium, because pretty much as you saw it's almost the same, medium or high or ultra. But what if we're going to go ahead and we're gonna say, alright, let's go ahead and do the medium. Still TIA high, anti-aliasing is still very high, guys. But at medium we're losing some details, and as you can see our FPS increased by about 10 FPS in ultra. As again guys, the purpose of this gameplay is not the gameplay. The purpose is just to share the experience and tips with you guys. Yeah, so RTX 2080 Ti pretty much doesn't mean ultra or high or medium. Your FPS will be 60 without the recording will be 65/80 FPS average, so pretty much you can play it at 4K resolution with 60 Hz screen with a single RTX 2080 Ti video card. When you're running 5 GHz and above, guys, you're going to reach that performance. Alright, let me real quick go ahead and show you what kind of specs we are running. As again, 5.3 GHz or 5300 MHz is going to be 53 multipliers right here, 6 cores, 6 threads, guys, so we can keep the temperature down and it's going to be stable. Asus Maximus 11 here Wi-Fi model motherboard, Z390 chipset. Memory is again 3600 MHz CL15, but actually it's 3600 MHz CL18. 2 video cards, but SLI was disabled, so we were running single video card, EVGA XC Ultra. And this is our single core performance, amazing, 633 points, and this is our thread multi-core performance. Let me real quick go ahead, guys, and show you the comparison between the CPUs. You're going to see that we're going to dominate in single core performance, almost anything. Look at that 8700 CPU. We're almost dominating just because we're running so fast without the hyper threading. We're almost there. 7700K, guys, we dominated with the 6 core. So this is what will happen with the Core i5 9600K or even Core i5 8600K, the first 6 core CPU i5. Absolutely amazing performance. This is again our video card overclock, how it was running right here, as well as over here at the left top you can see. And let me show you the Intel Extreme utility. So 96 maximum that I saw after like couple hours running EVGA instructions and the regular instructions, and stressing the CPU 100% constantly. But 94 right now, but right now I don't the temperature is 70 Fahrenheit. I enable put up a little bit the temperature, make sure if it's going to be hot outside, even if we are not running hot right now, but just to generate that kind of scenario, guys. Pretty much absolutely amazing. Thank you guys so much for watching. Right now I'm putting for you some video to watch. Battlefield 5 on the same system, Direct X11, and then Battlefield 5 on the same system with 2 RTX 2080 Ti, guys, in Direct X11 and 4K, 5K, 7K and 8K resolutions. Go ahead and check it out, and I will see you in the next videos. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe. A lot of time, money, energy was invested, and I will see you till the next time. Peace.